Alrighty then, welcome back everybody, welcome back. So I actually did fix partially the entire thing. Well, at least, getting it towards where I actually want it to be. So now I'm hoping that because I actually fixed the entire chat part, I should be able to get to where I want to be with this all. I hope you all gonna be enjoying this today, because today it's less hectic at least. So yeah, where we left off was the sand, and today I'm actually gonna get the sand fixed because, well, it was not fixed yet. And yeah, no further ado, let's get started. So we already drew the sand a little bit here and there, but it is lacking the shadow part and also the effect of the lost effect that I need for it. So yeah, no further ado, I'm gonna be getting started on this. So first I'm gonna be aiming to get the bits where I want to be, at least, getting it right. And yeah, this will look good, I think. So now we're just gonna be making sure that all of these bits are drawn in a shading kind of effect, and that will absolutely increase the effect of the sand itself, which is the good part of all of this. So we're gonna get some shade up and running because of that, and the more shade we add, the more how do you say that? The more perspective that will be getting shown or created. That's a better word for it. More perspective that will be created because of that. Of course, not everything has a good grip to it, but I'm trying to get as many as possible done. And then once I have done that, then we're gonna be adding in the next bit, which is the sparkle effect to create the sand structure, or the sand texture basically. Of course, that is not always done immediately correct, but I'm hoping that, well, the more we work on this, the more we get, but the hopes are not always high on these things, because it's quite a miss and hit on the effects, at least in my end. All right, let's see. Do I want this to be like that? No. That one is one of the things that I don't want to use. Alright, then we're going to be going here. Fixing up some bits and pieces here. And this is why I prefer the dark color for the sand sometimes. There we go. Alright, now we're going to be adding in the light color again, and then after that we should be good, because now I forgot I didn't do the light coloring here on this end. So let me just do that. And there we go, and now we can go back and making the effect happening again on that end. And this is why I like that effect, because this means that this entire thing will be a lot better a lot more visible, and the sand will actually give a far better effect off. As you can see, that already creates a lot more space effect. Notice that I forgot this bit right here. There we go. And that creates that effect perfectly fine. Alright. Now that we have done that part, it is time to go for the next bit, which is then the other side. And then once that is done, we can go towards fixing the last bit. So the idea here is that actually I add in a texture effect, basically, and then once that is done, I need to do then the gray scaling of bricks, and then after that, most issues would be resolved, I believe. Oh well, most issues will be resolved then, by then. And then we can actually fully focus on the bits and pieces that are left behind, which means that I need to do then the background. Well, not the background, I mean the big giant blue sky. So I need to then fix the skybox itself, which is not the worst thing to do. It's a very easy concept. You just need to get it right. That's most of the time with that thing. But yeah, yesterday was not a very good. Yesterday was not very good, mainly because I had a lot of complications with the new update, which caused the OBS to be updated as well, with a different kind of code line. Turns out that OBS now has a different option. So instead of web sourcing, it actually looks for the tab that is open. It's different than, well, it normally would have been, which also caused me to, well, call the stream there because I need to take a look at it. Turns out it is, I cannot reverse that decision, sadly, for now, because, well, I'm not that tactical with it. And it also means that I will be stuck with having the chat open in a different tab compared towards the stream. However, there is a good side on this, alright? There is a good side. Because this is relevant, OBS normally has like amount of things that it remembers to do, like live chat and the tab opening for live chat. However, if I would stream a different stream, if I'm correct here, it should still work. So even if I just then tap the live chat again, it should then just give the sign of like, hey, here is the display of the live chat on the live stream. So yeah, at least I got that up and running. So I'm hoping that once I complete this drawing, I can then fully focus on getting the Japanese lessons to work again. And also that should not be an issue because the updates didn't contain any software of that relevancy. So I'm happy that that actually is not an issue. Could have been a lot worse. Let's see. So yeah. The Japanese lessons will be done again, and then I try to get on Friday or Saturday, one or two. I think Saturday would be better, because then I have more time. I actually wanted to do some more 1-bit dragon, so the music software, because it actually got updated pretty much like in a big way. One of the things is that I can now out-tune things, so I can put one octave higher or octave lower without doing it manually, which makes things a lot more easier. And also it makes variety in the music a lot more, because it also had a random synth generator, which is quite nice. I'm very happy with that. So it now actually has a synth generator, so I can actually make custom beats with it as well. So I can make a synth and then use that synth for the entire soundtrack, basically. So I can customize a synth to make it how I want it to be for the thing, and I can still use presets, and I can also, if I'm correct, use custom WAVs, so that's also fun. I think I already have a fun thing I want to do or try with it. That should be enough for now. I'm going to be now aiming to get that sparkle effect done, which means I need to do this on the same thing. So I'm gonna be picking this one again. Then I'm gonna be going to the splash one. Then I need to make sure that I do this fully vertical. And now I need to be very, how do you say that? Very precise. Yep, that works. I like it. The only downside is that I need to do it in a very small bit instead of high bit. Because I cannot do this on a higher one, right? I could, but that also works. Alright. Alright. Now that we have done the sand, that means that I can now continue focusing on the other rocks and other stuff that's laying around in the scrap heap right there. So now we're going to be focusing on that part. So first we're going to pick up the base color and then we're going to add in the rest. I need to make sure that I do this on the right thing. So there you go, alpha off. And now we're just going to be casually drawing that in. Don't tell me this is transparent. No, it's just the color difference. Oh boy. Did I make this thing imprecise? No, it didn't. It actually saved. Ah! So I need this to be above the rocks as well. It's gonna be doing that as well. Then the question is, why is that one not there? Alright, that does work. Alright, fine. I'll pick up the dark color first and then make it light. It makes things less confusing on my end. And it's also easier visible. Alright. That is what? Ah! That's a rock. I knew there was something here. That's a rock, alright. Yep, I made a mistake in the line work. Alright, fine. That is totally fine. I just need to fix that. And done. Alright, let's continue with coloring rocks, because that's the only thing I require for today. finishing this work is the most important part. And getting this all to work is also very, very skillful. So I just need to get all these rocks to work. Once all these rocks are done, I can then focus on the rest. And that's the main thing of it all. Look at that. Easy. I see I forgot to put a highlight there. I'll fix that soon. First, the rocks. Yeah, that is not an ideal situation right now. Time to fix that. There you go, now that is actually there, and now I can actually fix that bit. Alright, time to fix that sand. Because I forgot to put sand effects over here. Easy. Alright, now I can actually continue with the rocks. It's a lot of rockonomics here anyway. The main issue that I always have with these stupid things is always that they are quite amount of stuff. But in the end, it will be worth it. Basically. There we go. That should work. Now it's time to fix the last bit. And then fix up the desert again. Alright, I need to add in... Where do I need to add in more stuff? Over here I need to add some more stuff and check. The rest of the rubble should be fine. Alright, and time to fill up this bit. Alright. There we go. And now we're gonna be aiming for the next bit, which is the lighter color. And then the lighter color should only apply on rocks that are actually visible and workable with. Easy. Alright. Now that that is solved, there should be no issue whatsoever. Alright. It's always hard to see these color changes. Oh, that's a lot better. That one. And then over here. Looks like I think I have some stones to spare that are not this stone quality. Yep. I need to fix that. Alright, then we're gonna go back here with the rocks. So this one. So this one is not gonna happen. That's one. Let's see. That one. So remove this one. This one too. And that one. Alright, and that should be it. Yes, most likely. Alright, time to get the next bit of that part done. Which means I should grab that color again. that should be it. Alright, let's see, that one is all done. Alright, time to get the next bit up and running, which is this bit. No, and then this bit again. Alright, now I need to get this bit, which is the light effect. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's not the light. Come on, give me the light. Here we go. Yes, but I forgot that part. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright, that means I now have done that bit. Time to get the darker color in there as well. No, yes. And then after that I should be good to go here. Yes, alright. Now it's time to get the dark color in there, and then after that I should be good. Alright, and now we're going to be zooming out again. That looks good. Alrighty then. now it's time to add in the wood. And after the wood, I should be fine. Oh yeah, I also forgot the grass. I can do that. All right. There we go. And then, of course, a lighter source. Alright, then we're gonna go here and fixing this last bit up. And then, of course, adding in the light source. So, time to get that bit up and running. Alright, there you go, and then add in a light source, which is then this one. Alright, there we go, got the finally all the rocks done, all the stuff done, except the grass. Well, time to add in the grass then, and then we should be calling it a day. So add in the grass, and boom, that should give us the win on this side. Because I would be very happy if I finally can call it quits on this bit. And then tomorrow I will be focusing on getting the rest of it all done. Looks like I made a mistake with the line work again. There you go. And this bit right here is also one. Cannot forget that part. Right, then we're gonna be now aiming for the old-fashioned thing, which is just a metal bar in the ground sticking. And of course making sure that that line work of that is not smudged. Alrighty then. Now it's time to get my grass up and running again. Alright, and I will leave it here. Alrighty then, finally got the entire thing colored up, which is good, because now if I zoom out, bum 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 bum, I now have a lot more better things to work around with. I still need to add some effects in there as well, but so far it looks good. It means that I can now actually see where I'm at. We need to get some of the shading done in the background part near the building. So over here. So right there. But for the rest, it's all good. So yeah. I'm very happy with it all so far. So let's see if I can do that part, which is not the hardest bit. Let's see. This is not that. That's not that. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. Okay. That one, and then let's see, that is that shadow bit. Alright, I need to get that bit and use that as my line work towards the next bit as well. No, let's see, this is then the bit. Alright. Yes, alright. So this bit, that bit, that bit, and then this bit needs to be... And there we go. Now we have actually a shadow that actually works. With that said, I need to highlight the top bit of that, so I'm gonna be doing that as well. Alright, time to get this bit up and running. There we go, right? Yeah, that's much better. So now we have this, and that should give us the heads up here. So now we have this, and now I can have can take a look here. So time to double check. So focus point 1, focus point 2, focus point 3, focus point 4, focus point 5, focus point 6. Yes. It turns out I forgot to do some housing. Yep. Alright, it's time to fix the coloring of the house. That is then in which one? This one, that one. Which one? No, that one, no. This one, no. That one, no. This one, yes. Alright, time to color it up, because it turns out I forgot some coloring. It happens when you have a very white background. Alright, time to go back towards, which one? This one? No. That one, yes. No. 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 Yes. Alright. Let's leave it now here. And yeah, I think I will leave it here for now. I have been doing, yeah, it's good amount. Alright, I hope you enjoyed for now. And we got now finally the background done. What I'm going to be doing now is the last bit of the background, which is the far background. And then we can actually focus on the last bit, which is actually the sky. So, I hope you'll enjoy for now, and thanks for watching, and I hope we'll see you until next time. I want to wish you a lovely day, and bye!